What's up, guys? It's Rishaml, coach of the California Coyotes, here with the Pickems for Week 1 of the PWC, and I'm here with Justin, coach of the Farmville Floatsels.
What's going on, guys?
So here we are for the Pickems, and this video is going to be mostly formatted similar to GBA and other leagues Pickems. We're just going to run through what people picked and give slight explanations for why the majority of people are picking a certain team. So we can start off with the first match here, which is myself and the California Coyotes versus Gio and the Florida Flygons. And we have a majority voting for me with 2 for Gio. I see Justin has swapped his pick while recording. Or before recording. I don't remember when.
Well, put it this way, we gotta send Gio to D League somehow. So and looking through the matchup between the two of you, it's gonna be obviously Gio has a really offensive team. He's got the Victini, Hydreigon, Megalopony, which is really menacing to deal with. However, though, I do see you have a lot of stuff personally that deals with a lot of his offensive pressure. You got a lot of good switch-ins for Megalopony, which doesn't usually happen. I see Bulu, Starmie. You got I see you have good potential, and also for against Gio's particular playstyle. I think the two of you probably have the higher tier.
Well, thank you. I happen to agree with everything you said. And it looks like most of the people are doing that too. Luna has gone far enough to lock me, which is quite surprising. But most people are locking his match, and obviously he can't do that, so I guess he has to pick a different one.
Oh boy, when we get to Luna's, that'll be fun to cover. But yeah. I think most people, except for Shiny and Destin, are eager to see Gio begin his path towards D League. So
I feel like if this was any other match, if I was playing against anyone but Gio, I would have 0 votes. But since it's Gio, I get all the votes.
Oh boy, it's put this way. You got no pressure on you, but you got to
yeah.
You got to start him off.
Yep. Okay, so moving on to the second match, we have Dave and the Minnesota Victinis, I think that's his name, and Zern and the Delaware Curum Black Foxes. That's a terrible name.
I don't understand that name too well.
I assume it's there's a team called the Delaware Black Foxes, so it's the Curum Black Foxes, but whatever, this isn't rating teams' names.
Yeah, oh well, whatever floats his goat. Yeah, it's mostly flowing in favor of XRN with I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3, and with 2 people abstaining.
2 locks on Zern/XRN. Yeah, so I don't know about everyone else, but I feel like Dave's team is just really bulky. When I look at his team, he has 2 or 3 offensive threats, and I feel like Zern's defensive capabilities might be able to take it on, but I'm voting for Dave myself just because Dave's a veteran and Zern is not. I mean, Zern's really good. He beat me in the finals, but I feel like Dave might be able to pull out something unexpected.
Yeah, the reason I'm going Dave over XRN is just because I feel like most of his bulk is better against most of XRN's offensive pressure. He kind of lacks a little bit of offensive pressure in this case scenario. Zygarde, while it's really good, isn't going to do much to stuff like Mega Venusaur and such.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going to see most likely an offensive Mew out of him this week because that really benefits probably going out into this matchup against stuff like Infernape, Mega Venusaur, etc. It's gonna. I think Xrn's really gonna struggle against some of Dave's other counter offensive pressures. Such as Crocodile has it really nice in this matchup.
So does Thundurus. Thundurus has a really good matchup.
Yeah, like I really think like, and also with Dave's experience over, I think he might have the good edge over XRN.
Also, Zern has Mega Autono, and Mega Autono is trash, so he's gonna lose.
You ain't wrong with that part.
Yep. Okay, so next we're going to the most one-sided match of the week.
Oh my
Almost
God.
unanimous. Colton picking the Sneasels. This match is Brookhaven Bonnets and Luna versus Storm and the San Diego Sneasels. We have, I think it's 9 people voting
one.
for Luna and 1 person with Colton. 4 locks on Luna. I believe Colton's only reasoning for this match is that Luna has never beat Storm before, but that might be a little luck dependent, if we recall last season.
Yeah, it's he used the WPL luck. We all know how that goes. But I'm not sure how that far it will get him, because I think it's pretty safe to say that Storm definitely had the weakest looking draft at the end of once we are all said and done. I feel like against Luna's really hyper offensive team that he's really going to struggle. Because a lot of mods in this matchup have a really good matchup against his team. Like Conkelder and Cartana really have a good versus a lot of his team, and a lot of his walls really can't take hits from like his mons. And I think that unless Luna like really like gets like psyched out because he hasn't won or something, which I doubt will happen, I think he has to really screw up in like absolute proportions to really throw this match.
Yeah, and like Luna's limited defensive capabilities are Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria walls half of Storm's team. So
oh God, yeah.
That should be fun for him. And the only reason I haven't locked Luna is that this is a very hyper offensive team, and if something goes wrong, it will probably cost him the entire game. Like if Storm comes up with some insane set. So I don't want to lock that, but a lot of people have locked 4 people, including yourself.
Oh yeah, I've definitely put a lock on that. Don't let me down, Luna.
Yeah, a lot of Pickems hopes are riding on this match, and obviously Pickems is more important than the actual league, so Luna better not cost us this.
Yeah, the only thing I think that Storm does have going for him besides Luna's never beaten him factor is that this will be the debut of Mega Kangaskhan in PWC. So we're going to see how well that fares in the format.
Yeah, and obviously this mod it's been starting to, some leagues have started to allow it without seismic toss recently, so Luna might not know all of its capabilities, so that might be able to catch him off guard.
Yeah, it's very circumstantial, and I still think that even with that, it's heavily leaned in his favor based off matchup alone.
Yeah. So I think we've riled on Storm enough. So next is Shiny and the Flint Tropius versus you and the Farmville Floatzels. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 in favor of Shiny, which I think means 5 in favor of you as well. Destin has Flygons, but he means Destin.
Obviously, Gio's going to come in somehow and take a win.
Yep. This will be his only win of the season.
Oh, damn. I don't know. Personal regards, since it is my match here, Shiny's team is kind of threatening. It's just it's really back and forth and really close. It's not like one of those things where like it's an overall advantage.
Yeah.
But he does have a really nice bulky team like Necrozma, Bronzong, Piloswine. Like he has a lot of bulk that I'm gonna have to break through, but like it's doable. But at the same time, it's all about like comes down to prep. Like I can't like give a deciding factor here.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly why I went with Shiny, but I really like Shiny's team. Overall, it just has a lot of synergy and threatening mons, except for like the big Dark/Ghost weakness. But your team's pretty good too. So
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to say is I'm going to make him regret drafting Alolan Persian. That thing is trash. It's time the world knew it.
are you gonna blow it away with the Primarina?
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah. And also, you have a Kyurem Black, and Kyurem Black is pretty strong, so that's always an advantage for you.
It does cure in black things, which is what I like.
Also, I never thought I'd say this when I was just looking at your team, but Mega Sableye doesn't have the worst matchup. I'm not a huge fan of Mega Sableye, but it might do work this time.
It has a good matchup, particularly against the one there's a Necrozma there, which can just be a normal Calm Mind, Store Power nuisance. That's nothing to a Mega Sableye, which is nice.
Necrozma literally can't touch him at all. I think it might get Signal Beam as it's.
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, Jesus.
It gets HP. It gets HP Bug, and that's it.
That's a rough one for Necrozma, but. No locks for this match, just to show how close it is, and both of you guys had great seasons last... Well, the end of the season was great for both of you guys, so should be a great match. Probably the closest one of the week. Maybe the last one is closer, but we'll get there when we get there. The next match is Carlos's Barcelona Garchomps versus... Sniper's Sail Sharpedos, I believe.
Yes.
And we have three people going for Sniper versus 7, I think that is, for Carlos, with 3 locks on Carlos and 1 lock on Sniper. Pretty odd to see locks for both teams in a match. But
yeah, someone's Pickems is about to get bopped week 1.
Yeah, Dustin's Destin, so he does his own thing for his lock.
Yeah. But looking at the matchup itself, I'm not going to lie, I'm very biased here. Carlos was my mentor, so I'm definitely going to go for him for a pick'em week 1.
Yeah, and Carlos is just an amazing battler.
Oh, by far, yeah. Mm-hmm. Made all the way to the finals.
Twice in a row.
Yeah. Though, Sniper's draft this season is, really threatening for, the first half of it, and, I think it's going to give Carlos a good run for his money. I really hope he comes out on top, but, looking at I think the really good offensive core of, Volcanion, Mega Scissor is just going to be a nuisance to get rid of, as well as dealing with potential setup Dragonites.
Yeah.
I
think the offensive matchup could go either way, you mentioned a lot of mons that were really good for Sniper. Mega Tyranitar for Carlos has absolutely no switch-ins on Sniper's side, so that should be putting in a lot of work. Maybe.
Oh god, yeah.
Prove to Carlos that it deserves Tier 1.
Wait, was Mega T-Tar not Tier 1?
It was Tier 2 last season, I believe, and then we moved it up, and he got mad. So that should be a very good offensive matchup. Couple of people locking on Carlos, including myself. Mostly, for me at least, going off of Sniper's poor season last season. I know he did well the season before that, so hopefully for him he can get back to that form, but last season was not his best, and Carlos made it to the finals, so momentum is in Carlos's favor right now, and that led me to that lock.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel also. That's how the Storm verdict went, besides the poor team. It's just the records from last season kind of mean just a lot in week 1 of Pickems.
Yeah. You don't have this season's performance to go off of. You have to go off of last season, so it's very important.
Indeed. And jumping into, I think we got covered that matchup pretty well. And then finally we have what looks like to be in Pickems a very lopsided. No locks, but I think 9-1
wow.
is the Bewares versus the Phantoms. And that's kind of shocking considering that Destin won last season, and he is favored to lose here.
I feel like the biggest reason for that is just Colton has both Weavile and Mamoswine, and 2 of Destin's biggest threats are Superior and Landorus, which get mostly shut down. And he also has a Noivern, which, isn't the biggest threat, but it does get blown away by Ice Shards. So
That Yeah, that team is food for Mamo.
Everything is food for Mammo. So,
I miss you. I miss it so much.
well, hopefully Colton makes you proud with his
Yeah,
Mammo.
yeah.
Other than that, to explain, who is it? Sniper? Sniper's pick of Destin. I don't know, maybe I don't know what he actually thought, but Landorus doesn't have the worst offensive matchup. Defensive matchup isn't great, obviously, but in terms of offensive matchups, Celesteela is like the only real thing standing in the way of like a dual dance set. Maybe like a double protect Scolipede, but maybe that's what Sniper thought. Don't actually know. Anything you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I'm looking through it. Like, I see, like, Salazzle has decent potential here, even though, because, like, a lot of his team, besides, I think, Lantern is really, fire weak and stuff. Even, like, Corrosion Toxic can, like, screw with Celesteela. Like, in Dragon Pulse can take things switchings, like, Flygon and stuff. Like, I see Salazzle, like, looking really nice here. That might be, like, his one way of turning this match around in the case of, opposing Memo.
But that pretty much wraps up this week's video. Anything you want to say?
I think it's gonna be a good season. We may see some shocking turnarounds in Pickems for all we know. Like for all we know, Storm pulls a fast one on us and actually makes the upset of the century.
Also, to explain to anyone wondering, Dave's Pick'em column is empty because he did not make his picks in time, so he'll be getting 5 losses for that. Unfortunate for him, but his Pick'em season is starting out poorly.
But in the end of the day, as long as Dave performs as a battler, I don't think it will be the end of the world for his Pickems. But
yeah. That's
all right. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be coming at you next week with the Pick'em results and Week 2 predictions.
Also, make sure to leave your own picks down below if you aren't part of the PWC. So, that's pretty much it from us, and we'll catch you guys next week for the Pickems for Week 2. See ya.
Adios.